This is Lake Tana, Ethiopia, what the ancient Egyptians and Greeks believed to be the source of the Blue Nile. My boat is taking me to the Zege Peninsula, a large jut of land that shares a remarkable connection with England. They've been having a church service that's been going on all night long, celebrating St. George, because St. George is a patron saint over here, as well as being patron saint of England. I mean, they sometimes represent him doing sort of saintly things, but mostly they have him on his white horse, slaying a dragon. Today, about half of all Ethiopians follow Christianity, a religion that's been here for 1700 years. Okay, this is a bit of a jetty. We're going to complete this later, obviously, when I've just patched it out just to show you roughly how the drive's going to be. There are more than 20 monasteries on islands in Lake Tana. Most were built in the Middle Ages, but remained hidden from the outside world until the 1930s. Women are banned from many of them in case they prove a temptation to the celibate monks. Salam? Fortunately, here, at one of the most beautiful monasteries on the lake, we are allowed. Greeting me is the youngest deacon I've ever met. Deacon Anakulu is just 20. Deacon Anakulu.
Hello, Joanna.
How nice to see you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much for meeting me.
Welcome to here.
Thank you.
This is Zege, they call it Beta Georgis.
Yes.
So it's a church and a monastery.
Yeah.
So this church is a 14th century
14th
church.
century.
Yes, the first one
Yes.
in this peninsula, and the oldest one.
He's the patron saint of
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia.
And also me.
And you.
Yes. The biggest miracles are killing the dragons.
Killing the dragon.
Killing the dragons.
Yes. St. George was a Roman priest beheaded for his Christian faith. His is just one of the many extraordinary murals in this church. Against this backdrop, the monks have been fasting for a day and a night. It's a ceremony that takes place every month to honor their saint. St. George is not just the patron saint of Ethiopia and England. So admired is his martyrdom that countries as far away as Portugal and Russia also honor him. Well, that was lovely. And being English and wanting to celebrate the bond between Ethiopia and England and our shared patron saint, St. George, I just did, well, it's just the regular thing to do. Celebrate him in St. George's beer. I'm quite good at drinking beer on boats. Go. The Blue Nile most certainly flows out from Lake Tana, but the official source of the Blue Nile is at a small spring to the southwest of the lake. So sacred are the waters at the source that they're said to have healing properties. In the same way that pilgrims go to Lourdes, Ethiopians travel hundreds of miles to this spot. Welcome to Gish Abbey Church, the source of Blue Nile. So I've arrived here. They've drawn a mountain. We're not exactly on a mountain, but we're in a sort of alpine pasture. It says the treatment of the majority, which could be me, and I think they do exorcisms here too. Now, it's a tradition here to buy a water container and to go down and to get a little bit of Nile water and to be blessed. And so I'm going to buy one of these water containers. Hello? Hello? Can I have one of these?
Yes, you can buy.
I can buy.
Yes.
May I have a blue one?
Yes.
Yes? Is this the church down there?
That's possible.
Yeah. And when I go, I take my can?
Yes. If you wanted to fetch a holy water from the church,
Yeah.
I can help you and bring it. If you want that.
Well, I do want that. Will you come with me? Thank you. Do many people come here to be blessed?
Yes, they believe this is the holy water. When so many Ethiopian people that come here,
Yeah.
they become treatment for.
Yes. So you do believe it has healing
Yes.
properties. Do you believe that?
Yes, I believe that.
Do you? Have
Because
you
of-
seen people getting better?
Yes, since I am Christian,
Yes.
I will believe that's the holy water.
Right, I see. My new friend introduces me to the priest, Father Piranu.
Great.
Hello, Father. He first came here because he had malaria and wanted to be cured by the waters.
እዚያውን ፈለገ ግዮን መጥተው የሚፈወሱት በሽታዎች በዓለም ያሉት በሙሉ ከጥቃቅን ከጉንፋን ጀምሮ ከጥቃቅን በሽታዎች እስከ ትልቁ እስከ ኤችአይቪ ወሪያ የቴ በሴደ ካካመታ እጉሩ አይኑ የታጎረውን ያበራል ጎባጣዩ ጀርባውን የጎበጠው እንዲያለው ተቃንቶ እንዲሄድ እግሩ እዚህ የሰለለውን እግሩ ልምሻ ወይም ፖሊዮ ዱላ ለቆ ወይም ምርኳዙን ለቆ ተነስቶ የሚሄድበት ነገር ነው ያለ እዚህ ታላቅ ቦታ ነው።
Father Piranu takes me down to the source. Is this the holy water down here? I'm told that here the Blue Nile bubbles up through a spring. Surprisingly, though, when we get there, it's hidden from view in a tin shed. So I can sort of hear water, so it's there. There's a little small stream down there. We're not allowed inside. There are pilgrims who strip naked to cleanse themselves in the Nile water. So a man kindly offers to fill my container for me.
You say up.
Ab.
World. መንፈስ ቅዱስ
Members could do.
አመናለሁ።
Then, as well as giving a blessing, Father Piranu unexpectedly decides to baptize me.
አብዙት ጸጋ ኢየሱስ ይልከተልሽ ማይኪ በረከት ካንቺ ጋር ይሁን። ኃይለ እግዚአብሔር አይለይሽ። የአብ የወልድ የመንፈስ ቅዱስ በረከት በላይሽ ላይ መንፈስ እግዚአብሔር ይደርብሽ። የተጠመቅ በመሆንሽ ወለተ ጻድቅ እንድትባይ ሰይመንሻል።
Welete Tsarek means child of the righteous.
ስለተጠመቀች አንድ ዘለል በሉላት እስቲ።
Well, that was absolutely lovely.
Thank you.
I would like, Father, to write my name, the child of the righteous. Will you write that for me in Amharic so I can translate it into English?
በአማርኛ ስሜን
Amasignalu. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's me. And actually, I can use that in London for any sort of, if I'm arrested for any misdemeanors, I just flash them a fabulous yellow card. And I say, source the Nile, buddy. I'm through. I wonder if... Oh no, they're standing in the Nile down there. I think I can stand in the Nile, I think, don't you? So here we are. Blue Nile. It's just so extraordinary. Just a little humble stream. Could be in Surrey. It starts off so tranquilly, doesn't it? This stream is the official source, but it isn't responsible for the flood which has taken place every year since time began. The powerful surge of water actually starts in Ethiopia's highest mountain range, the Simien Mountains. Leaving Bahadar, we've a day's drive ahead of us to get to the Simien Mountains. Simien means north in Amharic. The Greek philosopher Homer believed these mountains to be the playground of the gods who would come here and play chess on their days off. High hills breed hardy people, and in this country, girls are as tough as boys. I've heard so much about them. These are the Simien girl runners. And they just train here on these mountain roads before school. All of them have to go to school still. Most of them are farmers' daughters, country girls. And they just spend all their time training. It's unbelievable. They haven't got brilliant footwear. They haven't got the correct garb. But they are just brilliant. I believe their team is called Girls Gotta Run. In the last 10 years, Ethiopia has dominated the medals board in long and medium distance running events. Their most famous athlete is Haile Gebrselassie. Considered one of the greatest runners of all time, he's broken most long distance world records and won 2 Olympic golds. These girls, aged just 14 to 16, are some of Ethiopia's next Olympic hopefuls. They train every other day under the careful tuition of ex-national athlete Melaku Tadios.
በከፍተኛ ሎዱ በጣም ከባድ በሆነ አየር ከባድ በሆነበት ትሬኒንግ በሚሰሩበት ሰዓት ከዚህ ሰርተው ወደ አዲስ አበባ ባህር ዳር ሄደው በሚወዳደሩበት ሰዓት አሸናፊ ይሆናሉ። ከዛ ያለው አየር ቀለል ያለ ነው። ለንደን ቢሄዱ ዝቅተኛ ቦታ ላይ በጣም ቆንጆ ነው። በጣም ነው የሚያሸንፉ። ሴቶቹ ይቀላል። ትሬኒንግ በሚሰጥበት ሰዓት ልጆቹ በደንብ ኤክሰርሳይሱን ይሰሩታል እና ከወንድ ይልቅ ሴቶች ልጆቹ አሸናፊ ይሆናሉ።
Before leaving Ethiopia, I travel higher up into the Simien Mountains. Four-fifths of the mountain ranges in Africa are in Ethiopia. The Simien Mountains are home to these beautiful baboons. The Gelada baboons are found here and nowhere else in the world. This is the most extraordinary country I've ever been to. Nowhere gives any clue of what it's like. I've been to Eritrea before in the north, I've been to Sudan in the west, I've been to Kenya in the south, and I've sailed up and down the Red Sea, and none of them gives the faintest inkling of what happens here in Ethiopia. It is absolutely staggering, filled with Alps and meadows and jagged mountains. It looks as though they've been made by children and just glued in. These are some of Africa's tallest mountains, over 2 miles high. It might not look like it in this beautiful evening sunshine, but when it rains on these mountains, the water goes dashing down in streams and rivulets into much larger rivers, which feed into the Blue Nile. This is the engine room of the Nile. This is where the great flood is propelled from. It's staggering to stand here. It goes for miles and miles and miles. Astonishing place. And I've got to leave Ethiopia now. It pretty much breaks my heart.
Weather.